Alright guys, there it is. I finally got one after years of wanting one. Gazelle T4. I actually only really needed the T3, but I got a T4. And I will tell you the reason why is because I only paid $119 for this tent shipped to my door. And I'll tell you how or where I got it here shortly, but let's just go over a couple things. So one, I set the tent up yesterday as soon as I got it, and the tent is pretty much perfect. Now this is a used tent, so it was used, returned, I believe, under warranty. We'll get into that. But again, set it up yesterday, and the only two minor problems I found, and I'm going to show them to you, is one on the rainfly, which I did have set up but I've removed, is you can see this one is broken. It should look like this one. So that's the only one that's broken, and I've already ordered a new one from Gazelle, or Artemis, the parent company. It was $6 or $7. One of the beautiful things about Gazelle tents is you can order all the parts for them. Second issue, on the rainfly there is a little cut. It's not a tear, it looks like a cut, like somebody ran a knife across it. It's about a 1-inch cut, super clean. I'm just gonna patch it. I can get a patch kit for less than $10 locally, or Amazon, or whatever. If it really bothered me, a whole new rainfly I think was $70 from Gazelle, with the stakes and everything already in it, but we're not going to go that route, no reason to. I don't mind having a patch kit, especially considering how little money I have into this whole tent. The half issue, which isn't even hardly an issue, is that it was used once, and as you can see, it's full of sand. It was used on a beach, and I know that because it gets interesting. I found the campsite reservation in the tent. The folks had left it in there. They literally camped, let's see, this is July 2nd today. On May 30th, so a month ago, this tent was used at a lake in Nebraska, and they literally camped on the beach. Their actual camp spot was a sandy beach camp spot, which explains all the sand. I was also reading reviews. It appears that that campground or that lake gets very windy. So here's what my gut says. They bought this tent, used it one time, used it on the beach. It was windy, and they broke that stick on the rainfly. The guidelines are still attached or were attached, and it looks like they were just cut, like they packed up and left by cutting them. They didn't untie them or undo them. So whatever, I can buy those lines. I probably have some with my other tents because I got half a dozen other tents. But aside from that, this tent is perfect. Once I get the sand cleaned out of it, I'm actually getting ready to pull the floor to clean all the sand out. But yeah, for $120 shipped, I am beyond excited. Beyond excited. And again, I'll show you where I got it here at the end of this video. When I get back into the computer, because I'm actually going to pull the floor out and clean it, and I'll show you a few things online about this tent. But again, Gazelle T4, 120. I believe it was 120, maybe it was 130. Either way, I'll make sure it's corrected in the video, shipped to my door, and we'll go over that here in a minute. But yeah, this thing's great. I'm excited. Okay, so just real quick, floor is out of the tent. It basically just it unvelcros all the way around, and then in each corner there's a little it's like tie down that you undo real quick. So floor's out, through door of the fence. I'm just gonna take a broom and sweep all the sand off of it. All right, so just a little tip. I've been out here with a broom, a couple different kinds, trying to brush the sand off, and it's almost like it's staticky attached to the floor. So I literally grabbed the hose and just hosed it. No scrubbing, no pressure, and the sand comes right off. So it's not even worth trying to brush it. The hose literally, I mean, this is all I'm going to do in it. So that's going to make it cleaner than the brush ever will, and super easy. So it'll only take a few minutes to dry. It's hot out. It's nice in Oregon right now. So I'm just going to hose this thing off, let it dry, then we'll put it back in. All right, so flipped it, hosed it off. It's been like 2 minutes and it's already that dry. So let's let it dry. Let's head inside, go to the computer, and I'll explain a little bit about where to get one of these, or where I got it at least, so you can try to get one for yourself. I know a lot of people have been successful. So yeah, let's head inside, talk about it. And before we get into how or where I got this tent, I just want to be clear and tell you that this is a return, came from a, I guess, unauthorized retailer from what I understand. So there is no warranty. Don't expect a warranty, and don't expect a perfect tent. I've been watching folks who've been buying these tents for the exact same way for a while, and I'm going to say 9 out of 10 come in almost perfect. Some better than mine, some with a few more repairs needed. But it seems like everybody's been able to just buy a stake or a pole or something and fix it and have a virtually new tent for a fraction of the price. So again, this is not from Gazelle directly, and there is probably no warranty and no guarantee you're going to get a perfect tent. But I just want to make sure you were all aware of that. There is a little bit of a risk going into this, but so far the risk seems pretty minimal from everything I've read. So yeah, let's head inside. All right, so there were some problems with the audio when I started recording in the office. Lesson learned, keep it simple. So here we are, it's almost midnight, sitting outside to candlelight. You'll probably hear fireworks going off because, well, it's almost the 4th of July, so everybody's lighting off fireworks. So back to the tent. Kind of went over the history or the story of mine, or at least what I believe to have gone on. So let's just talk about where I got it and how I came to get this tent for 120 bucks. So when I started researching the tent, or looking at tents, I found the Gazelle Tent Owners Facebook group, which is a private group. Join it. It's really just people kind of sharing their experiences with their tents, pictures of them using it, and then some help when you need it. And one of the things that they helped with is buying them. So people started talking about these parts-only tents, which led to an eBay auction by a seller called, I believe it's Spreetail Deals. This is a third-party retailer. Don't believe they're associated with Gazelle at all. They sell a lot of random stuff, but they seem to have these returned Gazelle tents and gazebos. Some of them appear to be Amazon returns. Others are just warranty returns. Whatever. They're selling them as parts only. Parts only, no warranty, etc., for a fraction of the price. So, looking at them now, the T4 is listed at like 131 bucks. I double checked. I bought mine last week for $119.75 shipped to my door. I think I ordered it on Monday and it delivered on Friday. So it got here really quick. I mean, 1 week from Nebraska is pretty good by today's standards with everything going on. So again, just make sure you get it from Spreetail Deals. They seem to be the ones that everybody else is getting them through, and they're working out okay. Most of them have been nearly perfect. So no warranty, kind of at your own risk, but that's where everybody's getting them. And then so for parts, the great thing about Gazelle tents is they sell the parts, and they're really easy. You can go online and see a parts breakdown, almost like buying parts for your car. Easiest way to get there, go to the Gazelle main page, scroll to the bottom, and then I believe it says for parts, I'm reading here, find parts at the bottom of the page, which will take you to a parts page, which is like the parent company. Go through the steps, pick your tent, and you'll get this breakdown. You can see I ordered the pole for the Rainfly for less than $7. Now, shipping was 10 something, which is expected. It is what it is. I did not notice until after the fact that they have free shipping at $35. So I'd actually threw in some of the guidelines because they were only a couple bucks. So my order was, I think, $11 or $12 before shipping. So I could have spent another $10 or $20 on just random stuff and got free shipping. Whatever. It is what it is. But just beware, if you needed to order more than a few things, free shipping at 35 bucks. So yeah, that's what it is. I ordered that one piece. It'll be here, I'm going to assume, maybe not next week because of the holiday, but within a couple weeks, and the tent's going to be perfect. I'm going to pick up a patch kit somewhere probably this weekend. and patch the rain fly, and then the tent's going to be perfect, ready to go. So that is where I got mine. That's how I got mine. If you want to take a little bit of a gamble and try to get your own, you can save a lot of money. So check it out. Okay, floor is back in, which it goes in a lot easier than I expected. Great little thing that I keep finding all these little features about this tent that are great, and one of them is they've got this little red tag on the floor and the tent where it lines up. So instead of having to start in a corner, which would work, you literally just line up each edge and kind of work your way around. So I would line up the center and then push my way to the corners, and it went right in. Piece of cake. So floor's clean up to the point where I don't want to wear shoes in here. I'm actually barefoot because, I don't know, it's just that clean. And I also noticed that there were some guidelines. There's 2 guidelines in here still, so got a few things. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked on this tent. Alright, so I also realized that I didn't do a closing to the video because I kind of meant to do that as I was putting it away, but I ended up putting the tent away. It's sitting here with me, wrapped in the bag still. But yeah, that's just kind of the quick story. I didn't intend on making a video. Honestly, this was all pretty quick, and just this morning I looked at the tent and thought, you know, I can share this with some folks. Maybe some other people can get some inexpensive Gazelle tent. So hope you like it. Hope it works out. If anybody gets a tent, let me know in the comments how it worked out for you. I'm really curious. I am going to keep my eye out to see if they happen to have an Overland edition pop up, because I really feel that I could get one of those for cheap also, and even sell this yellow one locally. You know, totally honest with somebody about how I got it and easily recoup my money, and maybe some for the risk. But at any rate, let me know. Hope you guys enjoy it, and best of luck. Thanks.